In this video, I would like to discuss safety standards and other compliance requirements that apply specifically to pet products, and with that I refer to pet toys and accessories. It's just a little problem. As far as I know, they don't actually exist. Meaning that, as far as I know, there's no ASTM standard specifically for pet toys, like chewing toys or dog beds or something like that. Or even substance restrictions, as far as I know. Well, in many countries there are barely substance restrictions that apply to us humans anyway, so I guess we have to wait a bit until we see something for pets. But on a more serious note, this doesn't necessarily mean that it's a free-for-all when it comes to importing and manufacturing pet toys and accessories into the United States. There are compliance requirements, regulations, standards that in some cases definitely apply, as pet products are still consumer products in that sense, and that can apply because it's in your interest to ensure that the products you are selling are safe, even if it's a product that is not used by a human being, okay? By a pet, in other words. So first of all, let's look into what applies to consumer products broadly in the United States. So first we have country of origin. So as far as I know, there's no exemption, meaning that the country of origin has to be clearly specified, must be declared on the packaging and on the product, and generally speaking a permanent label. So if it's manufactured in China, then that's made in China, and so on, okay? Other than that, there's also substance restrictions taken into consideration. Can be on a federal level, can be on a state level, like California Prop 65, then I think there's something else in Washington and so on, and New York, etc. And we're likely going to see more of that, unless it's something that's done on a federal level that applies to all consumer products. I think we're going to see, well, California Prop 65 has already been expanded, is being expanded, and likely see more substance restrictions, regulations in other states. But in any case, pet products can also be subject to substance restrictions, even though these are consumer products and not used by us humans. Okay, that means that we got country of origin and we got substance restrictions that could still be of relevance when importing manufacturing pet products into the US. Then something that is perhaps more of a discussion of not what is required, but what you as a brand owner, let's say, well, from a moral standpoint, in a way. Okay. So what I'm getting to is that even though there may not be a, say, ASTM standard that is created specifically for, say, dog toys or dog beds or cats scratching trees and so on, it's still in your interest. It's still in your interest to ensure that your product is safe, meaning that the construction is safe. This can be complicated as far as I know anyway, there's no existing ASTM or even European standard that is even created specifically for pet products. But what you could do, and something that we've seen a number of brands doing, is that they take the primary toy safety standard in the United States, which is ASTM F963-17, that's a current version, and they implement the physical and mechanical properties of ASTM F963-17 into their product design, even if it concerns pet toys or pet accessories. And I believe personally that this is something that will be of very high relevance when it comes to biting toys and so on, that really do pose a risk to the pet. I was about to say consumer, but to the pet in this case. As I mentioned in another video that I just did about pet products regulations and safety standards in the EU, it would be great, I believe, if, say, the CPSC in the US, if any of you are watching this, could provide some sort of guidance for importers and manufacturers out there. I think this is a really big industry and it's growing fast. People really care about their pets these days, right? I think it would be great if at least some sort of guidance could be provided to brands, to importers and manufacturers, so that they have an idea of what they need to take into consideration when it comes to product compliance requirements for pet accessories, for pet toys, and so on. And actually, another thing I want to mention is some pet accessories, dog beds, could maybe be considered, well, they are stuff, so upholstered furniture, maybe, I don't know. This is just speculation of beddings. In which case, you would also have to look into law labeling requirements. That's one thing you may need to look into. And other than that, could also be textiles labeling requirements. I'm not entirely sure. What else do we have to consider? Flammability standards, TB 1117. That's was adopted sort of by the CPSC, meaning it's becoming mandatory. That was part of the COVID bill in 2021, I believe. So yeah, law labeling and flammability, another thing to take into consideration. If it's something that's stuffed, something with a filling material, I think a dog bed would be what really comes to mind here. All right, in any case, a lot of speculation from my side, nothing solid in this video, just sharing our findings when it comes to pet product compliance. And it's not really that much to go on, but just because there's nothing like specific for pet products doesn't mean that there are no compliance requirements to take into consideration, because they can be deceptive. And if you make that assumption, then you could run into pretty serious issues. In any case, if you have any questions related to this topic, then feel free to scroll down below the article if you're on compliancegate.com and write your questions in the comment section. You can of course also do the same thing if you are watching this on YouTube. In the comment section below the video, we're trying to get back to you within a reasonable time frame. And you can of course also subscribe to our YouTube channel if this video was of interest. Thank you.